Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to another episode of the Book Preneur. I'm Audrey Bell Kearney. Today, I want to talk to you about how to use Claude to help you map out things that you're trying to create for your book. So, recently, I just launched my new book, Message in the Mirror, The Message in the Mural, and it's a mystery book here in Gwinnett County. And so I've been trying to figure out how to make this more than just a book. I want to make it like an experience. I want it to be interactive. So one of the things that I did was I created a escape room, a virtual escape room that's probably going to be played in person and virtual, but right now it's virtual. It's going to kick off on May 22nd, and it's live, it's online, it's great. So it's going to be great for people who want to play the escape room, right? But listen, in order for you to play the escape room, you have to read the book. So I'm at a stage where I want to make my books fun. I want to make them comical. I want to make them interactive. And so I've been sitting over here trying to think of all these ways to make this work. So what I've been using is Claude one, and I've been using Lovable. So my site is built with Lovable. So for those of you who don't know, Lovable is a web app builder. Well, it's a vibe coding platform. It allows you to vibe code websites, web apps, all kinds of stuff. Like I've created all types of stuff with my Lovable account. So I vibe coded my website using Lovable, and then I've used Claude to help me come up with the code to drop into Lovable to make all my things work. So I wanted to create an escape room. So I did that. So it's built inside the Lovable account. Now I want to create something a little bit different that you can play with a lot of people like on the screen. So I was like, I should do a trivia game to go along with the book. So I thought about doing a card trivia game, like a deck of cards, but it's so expensive. And I don't want to be shipping things. So I was looking at on demand, print on demand. I was like, I don't want to be shipping stuff. I don't have time because when I'm not writing and promoting the books and things like that, I'm the president of the Gwinnett Women's Chamber of Commerce. So I'm doing that. I'm also the publisher of the Good Morning Gwinnett. So I have all these other things. And I was like, I can't be shipping stuff and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't want to do that, but I wanted to have a game. I want to have trivia because I like games, so it makes sense for me to have like some games. So I wanted to have trivia. My first thought was to have um trivia cards. Well, that wasn't going to work out because I felt like it was going to be too expensive. So what happened was I looked at a bunch of different companies. Like I've made trivia games before for like one of my other books, and the cards were really expensive. So for me to have a deck of card printed on demand is going the person will have to pay $40 for me to make a profit. I was like, that doesn't make sense. They by the time they pay for the cards, which is 35.99, and then like another $5 or $6 to ship, they're gonna spend $30, $40, $35, $40 on a deck of cards. And I was like, that didn't sit right in my spirit. Now, business wise, maybe that was a bad choice on my behalf, but I just didn't feel like I wanted people to pay $40 for a deck of cards, right? And so I was like, I still want trivia, but how do I make that work? So I woke up this morning. So God gives me like these great ideas at 5 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like, just make the trivia digital. I'm like, digital? How would that work? So of course I go to Claude and I said, Claude, this is what I want to do. So I'm going to show you what Claude came up with. So I said, this is what I'm trying to do. I want to make this a digital uh, trivia so people can play via Zoom with more than one person. They can play with their friends. So this is what Claude gave me back. I'm excited. I'm excited to do this. I can't wait. So I said to Claude, this is what I want to do, Claude. I want to I want to be able to I want to be able to have friends come together. So and so the people who buy the book, they are called the Thog, and Thog stands for the Housewives of Gwinnett. So it's Thog, and it stands for the Housewives of Gwinnett. So it's easier to say Thog than say the Housewives of Gwinnett. Oh, I'm not, maybe not. Anyway, that stands for that, right? So we got the Thog Detective Society. That's the people that actually read the book. So that's our society. That's our community. So I told Claude, I said, I want people to be able to play the game. I want them to be able to play with their friends. I want them to be able to play it online, and I want it to be interactive on Zoom. So it created this little circle here. I call it a mind map. And it was telling me, okay, the member comes in, they sign into the game. And the other thing I wanted them to be able to do was I wanted the game to be free. That was the other thing. I wanted the game to be free, and I wanted any of the members to be able to go on and set the game up themselves. Like they don't need me. They can just come in anytime they want to and play the games, because each book is going to have a trivia game. So I want them to be able to set up a game themselves and play with their friends. Maybe they want to set up a Friday night and play with their friends. They can just go in there, set it up, and play with their friends. I wanted that part to be free. I was like, I could put it behind a paywall, but by the same token, I want them to have fun when I'm not there, and I don't always want to be there. So for me, it was like, let's make it so they can go in. If they're a member of the thought community, they can go in there, they can set up the game themselves, they can invite their friends with the Zoom link. So when I asked Claude to help me work this out, say, help me map this out in my mind, and it literally drew this map right here. I'm like, oh, okay. So it said the Thog member creates a game on the Thog site. That's what I wanted it to do. It's going to share their Zoom link with their friends. That's what I wanted it to do. They can play for free, lose, but win the next time. They can play for free. Now the game ends with the book link, and then they can buy the book, or they can get the book pre. Now see, that part right there we're gonna have to go fix, because they need to read the book before the game, or else they're not gonna win. Like they can probably try to guess the answers, but they won't win. So that part should be at the front. They can join the Thought Society, and they can host their own game. So this is like the little circle. Now I'm going to go in and edit it because it's a little bit backwards, but I was just so excited when I said, help me map this out. And then Claude drew a map for me. Now I can see what I was saying. I can go and make changes. Like they need to buy the book buying process should be at the front, because you need to buy the book first if you want to win the game. If you just want to guess through the game and your friend sends you the Zoom link, then you can just guess through the game and just play the game without reading the book. But I feel like it'll be more fun if you kind of have an idea of what, because here's the thing. When you read a book, a lot of times, sometimes you remember what happened. Sometimes you don't. If you never read the book, your chances of winning is probably zero. So that needs to be at the front of the mind map. I think I need to put that, like that needs to be number one. Buy the book. Then the Thog member needs to be able to go on the site and create the game. They need to host the game. So it's because it's got to kind of backwards. But I just wanted to share like this part. And so it's helping me map it out. And that's what I asked it to do. I said, help me map this out of my head, how this will look. Now, once I get this all mapped out the right way, then I'm going to have it create the code that I'm going to embed on the site. So now people can actually go to the site and play the game. And you may be saying, Audrey, you're doing way too much with these books. Here's my thought process, right? I want to have not just a book, I want to have a book empire. I want to have a book community. I want to have a book series. I want to have something other than just a book. I've been writing books since 1999. Most authors would tell you there's not a whole lot of money in just one book, right? If you're not somebody already rich and famous, it's not going to be, it's 1998. I'm sorry, I said 99. I've been writing books since 1998. You have to do something extra. If you're not like already rich and not rich, already famous where people know you, it's going to be a lot harder for you to get your name out there. So for me, I'm trying to give my books a competitive advantage by sharing, like by creating these ancillary products to go along with what the book is. Now, for me, I feel like mystery books are great. And I'm wondering, can you do this for a nonfiction book? You absolutely can, because if your book is about teaching somebody, helping them do something, you can go in there and create interactive tools to go with your book all day long. Like I create tools with AI all day long for clients, for myself. So for me, it makes sense for me to take this tool, because at first I wanted the cards, right? I felt like if I had the cards, they were in my hand, people could feel them, they could touch them, they could play with them, but they're so expensive and I don't want to have to ship. I can get them at a better price if I buy wholesale, right? And then I ship myself. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to be worried about shipping somebody's product out. So I was trying to do print on demand. And there are companies that you can actually go out there, print anything on demand, and they're just going to ship it. But that was so cost prohibitive in my opinion, because I don't want my community to have to spend $35-$40 on a deck of cards. That's just me. I could be wrong business wise, but that's just my thought process. So rather than do that, even though it would be a lot of fun, I may have to figure out another, and I may have a paper component that goes with this so it can be even more fun, but I don't know, I have to figure that out yet. So me and Claude, we're going to sit down, we're going to figure out exactly what does that look like. If people are in the room and they're not on Zoom, can they play the game as well? So I'm going to sit with Claude, but I wanted to share with you. I asked Claude, help me map this out, and then Claude drew a map for me. I'm like, this is insane. Like Is I can't wait, and I'm gonna come back when I do this because I'm really gonna do this. I'm gonna build me a book marketing agent that's gonna book marketing salesperson that's going to go out and sell this book after I get all this other stuff together. Like that's my next step because I'm one person, I'm a solopreneur, I'm over here doing 3 jobs, and I don't have time to try to market all 3 of them because they're all different. Like I have the news website, then I have the chamber, now I have this whole book empire that I'm building. They're all different. So it's not like I can just market them all together, they're different. So what I'm going to do is, and this is going to be another video, so be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss this. I don't mind sharing because there's enough out there for all of us. So take what I'm doing, especially if you're writing mystery, romance, or crime, or whatever, thrillers. Take what I'm doing and make it interactive in your business. Take what I'm doing and help your book become like this phenomenon, because now you've made it interactive and people are they're raving about the fact that they got to play the game and meet the characters and all the good stuff that go. Listen, when I tell y'all I have thought this through, most of it I have thought it through. Like when I look at what I'm building, it's got the whole, like, think about the Housewives of Orange County or the Housewives of Atlanta, right? They get on there, they do their confessionals. My women gonna do their confessionals too. Like once I finish my foundation, which is what I'm building right now, like this is the last interactive piece I'm gonna put on the site because I'm a junkie for all this stuff. So I can sit here and we keep adding stuff, and then the site never gets fully launched because I'm still adding things. This is the last piece that I'm gonna add right now. Like I'm not gonna add anything else after I get this part fixed today. And I believe that after me and Claude sit down today, after I have breakfast and we go through this mind map again and we make the mind map stronger and everything is in place, then I'm gonna tell Claude to build out the code for that. Then I'm gonna take the code and drop it into Lovable. That part is done. So now I'm done. I also created a puzzle. Like I told Claude yesterday, I said, listen, go inside of the book, find a scene inside of the book, create a prompt for that. I'm going to take that prompt and I'm going to give it to Chat GPT to make a graphic out of it. And then I'm going to take the graphic, I'm going to go over to Printful, and I'm going to say, hey, I want to put this on a puzzle. I want to sell this on a puzzle, which is exactly what I've done. I love puzzles. I love games. I love books. I love all of those things. And to me, this is a lot of fun. So I did this. It did exactly that. It gave me this great prompt for a scene out of the book. I took the prompt. I gave it to Chat GPT, and I'll show y'all what the puzzle looked like on the next video. I gave it to Chat GPT. Chat GPT created a beautiful image for it. It created a marketing graphic for it, and then I connected the link from Printful to the puzzle. So now when people buy the puzzle, they can just click the link, and Printful is going to ship them the puzzle and send me my royalties. This is what I'm doing. This is how I'm going to build this company. But this is how I'm going to have a lot of fun without so much pressure, right? I like doing book signings and all book fairs? Absolutely. But I don't want to have to do them all the time. I want to do the ones I want to do, right? So with me having things as print on demand and digital and virtual, it allows me to be free to go outside and find my next spot for my next book and just have a good time. Like the next book number 2, is called The Last Call at the Crooked Can. The Crooked Can is a brewery in Snellville, Georgia. So I can go out and scout, like I did that one. I can go out and scout my locations and come up with these great storylines. And me and Claude sit down and we write these books for y'all. And I know I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time entertaining people. So I'm excited about that. So listen, take this video. I know I'm talking fast. It's something I can't help. It's just in me. That's how I talk. Take this video. If you're an author, take this video and say, look, this is what she's doing. Take the link to the video. Subscribe though. Subscribe first. Don't just take my video. Subscribe, share, like, and all that good stuff. Take the link to the video and say, Claude, she's doing this for her mystery book. How can I do this for my book? How can I do something similar for my book? Because you can. My book company is global, but it's talking about hyper local things in my county, right? Gwinnett is a real county right here in Georgia. As a matter of fact, it's the second largest in the state of Georgia. It is the most diverse. It's like the 11th most diverse in the whole country. So we have a melting pot of people right here in the state of Georgia. We are the most diverse in the whole Southeast county, in the whole Southeast of the United States. We're the most diverse county in the Southeast. We're the 11th most diverse in the country. We are the second largest county in the state of Georgia. So I'm talking about places here in my county that makes me different. You could do the same thing. Like if you live in a small town or a rural town or whatever it is, think about the stories that you already know about. Think about the things that you think about the stories that your grandmother told. You know what I'm saying? Think about the job you go work at every day. Build a mystery around that. Build a book around that. And then take this plan and make it interactive and fun. And then create multiple streams of income for yourself. Like that's another thing. Like all of the things I'm doing, yes, they're fun, but they're also multiple streams of income. They're also pushing out the book brand. They're also pushing out the Gwinnett House, the Housewives of Gwinnett brand. They're doing all these things. So if you're looking at this, you think I want to write a book, I want to I want to create something special like this. Take the video and say, look, I wrote this book. I'm thinking about writing a book. How can I take this blueprint and use it for my book? All right. I just wanted to share it with you because I thought this was so cool. I thought it was so, just to have Claude say, this is what I'm doing and create me a mind map for that. I was excited about that. I was like, that is really, really cool. And so, but Claude is amazing. Like all of these GPTs and LLMs, they're all amazing, and they're here to help us do great things. I know some people hate them. I get all of that, but we're not worried about that. We have to use the tools most ethically way we can and help us create something so powerful for our family and our friends and our businesses. This is what I'm using it for. you know I'm letting the fighters fight the fight. I'm helping entrepreneurs build businesses and books and all those things using the tools, because that's going to stabilize their families in the long run, right? That's going to stabilize their future in the long run. So everybody has a role to play. My role is to do just what I'm doing now, create things and share what I create with you to help you create things. That's my role. That's my assignment here on earth. I know that already. So I don't get involved with other people's assignment. This is my assignment. My assignment is to empower you using the tools that have been built to make sure that you understand how to use them so you can go out and do the same thing and do your assignment. All right. Do me a favor once again, subscribe to the show, like, share with two people, not one, two. It's free. It doesn't cost you a thing. It's going to help me move up in the algorithms. I want to get to my first 1,000 subscribers by June. And you can do that by helping me and subscribing. I'm getting a lot of views. I see that. I get my little view report. But now I need you to click the button and subscribe. So click the button, subscribe, share, and like. I'll be back probably in a couple of days with another good video because I'm running this thing. I got stuff, and I'm going to show y'all what I did with the puzzle, which was really cool. It was really cool. Anyway, thank you again for listening. Until next time, my friends. Until next time, make it a great day. Bye, everybody.